Hello everyone, my name is MrNJersey and welcome to my channel. In this video we are back with the next episode of the new survival series here on my channel. In this video we're going to be working on the large boat again. We're going to be adding some more detailing inside the cabin, adding some more lights, some different things on there. So before we get started, if you are enjoying this video, don't forget that like and subscribe button, and while watching let me know your thoughts in the comments below and what else you'd like to see in my future videos. So that all said, let's get straight into it and get started with this video. So we are back with the next episode of the survival series here in Stormworks version 1. Now in the last episode we managed to do some more work on the boat. We did a few more missions to get a little bit more money so we could continue building this boat. So in this episode what I wanted to do is I want to start getting the interior done. So I'm going to get the boarding room, which is going to be where we can put all the passengers once we have done some missions. So for example, we'll go rescue a boat, we'll get the passengers in, they'll go straight into the boarding room, we'll have some seats in there, we'll have some medical equipment in there just in case, we'll have some equipment in there also, and then we'll start working on the cabin where I want to get some of my screens in there. I also want to get some displays, some maps and all the other useful things that we need here in Stormworks for going out. And then I also think possibly want to get some lights on the vessel, and we'll just see how far we get on with this episode. We've gotten quite far with this boat already where it theoretically is operational. We can go and drive it around and do missions, but obviously we still need some very important things like the seating, the equipment, and also just some information inside the cabin, general stuff. So let's get straight into it and let's start building. Alright, so we are going to carry on. Now the first thing that I think I want to start working on is I want to get some lights throughout all these different rooms. I want to get some sensors. So of course when you are walking around here we do have some lights so we can actually see what's going on. I think that's going to be the first point of call. Then I want to start detailing this. For this is going to be the boarding room. So we're going to get some seating in here. We'll get a few other things inside here, and then we'll make our way up into the bridge where we can pretty much get rid of most of those controls we don't need anymore. We'll start getting some screens in here, start making it look pretty cool and detailed. Maybe getting some flip switches here for electricity, so we know which electricity panels are on and so on and so forth. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So first things first, let's start with the lights. So we're just going to go with simple lights, no spotlights, nothing fancy. Inside here we can go with, let's go with one on each side. Delete that. We'll change the colors in a few minutes, so we'll go with some lights there. Let's go into these rooms. I think one light in each one of these rooms will be probably more than enough. Let's see where that is. Yeah, that's pretty cool. There is fine. We can come into this room. This is going to be our boarding room, so I'm probably going to go with a few more lights than what I would normally do. So I'll probably go with there and there. And as I said, we'll go and fix all these painting issues. So we have quite a few lights in here. I actually might extend that out. I might go there and there. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. We also need to go up one level into the bridge, and in the bridge we'll just go with a bunch of lights above here. So maybe there and there should be fine. Yeah, so that should be enough lights. Obviously it's just over the panels. We might move that back actually by 2, so maybe over there and over there. Cool. Okay, so let's go and paint those. We're just gonna go and get out of additive. We'll probably use the same color we used down here, to be fair. So let's just go and grab that color, and that's what we're going to go and paint all the lights with. So that's a nice yellowish color. Cool, so those lights are done. We'll paint those lights there, and let's do these ones here too. And now we can just switch and just paint the outside of the light. Like so. Cool, so that's done. We'll go up to the bridge, paint that, and then just go on the outside and just make sure the outside is all painted. You can see there and there and there, changed color, and also up here in the bridge we changed the color of some of the flooring. Okay, so that's all the lights done. The next thing is we need some player sensors. That's obviously going to detect if there is anyone inside any of these areas. So I'm probably going to go roughly to about there. Let's change the color to this gray color that we're using. Okay, so we need one player sensor there. We'll need one in here too. So we're going to go straight in center of this. Okay, and we'll need another player sensor up in the bridge, obviously to detect when people are in the bridge area. So probably about there. Cool. Once again, we're just gonna go and fix any of the painting issues that we have. So that's fine, nothing in here. Okay, cool. Before we carry on, because we've been messing about with our electronics and things, I'm actually going to go in here now and delete these batteries. Yes, you're probably thinking, well, you've just put them down. Why are you deleting them? Well, I want to reset all the electricity connections so that we can actually start connecting them all through the bridge here. So you can imagine that we're going to have some panels here. So we could even change the color over this, to be honest. But let's go with something like that. We'll get a ladder. Change the color to the dark gray color. So we can go something like that, and then we can start filling these in. So if we go and grab some of the electrical breakers, so the flip switches, there we go. So we can get a few of these here now if we want to. We could even extend this out. But if we take symmetry mode off, we can go there and there, maybe 2 there. And we can get some indicator lights on top of them, so it tells you when there actually is power going through them. So something like that. We could fill in the underneath part if we wanted to, or we could actually get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, and put some dials here, and that will tell us how much electricity we have left or how much voltage is going through each one of those. And then we can get the circuit breakers again. Cool. So then we can rename them. I'm actually going to get them the other way around, like so. So you have to flip them up. Cool. So just some electrical panels in there. We can even, if we really want to go into detailing, we could delete all that and delete that. Obviously, we are keeping an eye on money, so all these things I had for detailing are costing us. So we just have to obviously keep an eye on that. But you can see how we're starting to build those panels. I think they start looking pretty cool. We can, of course, extend them out if we wanted to extend them out like this. You can see that how that panel's coming together now. Cool, so that's done. The next thing we're going to do is I'm actually going to paint the colors of that. So I think yellowish, yeah, that will be fine. We're going to the backlight, it's going to be a dark gray. And then we can just say that like this is going to be lights. This will be, let's do engine room. This one can be bridge. And the other one we'll leave it blank. We can do that as like our aux battery, for example. Okay, so you can name those if you want to. We can also go onto these and say that this is the power that goes through it. Pretty much that will then just read if it's got power or not. So we can go and put those on if we want to. But for now, I'm not going to connect those dials just yet. We'll do that later on. Okay, so now that we have all that connected, we are going to need a constant on, and that's going to go to all of these indicator lights. And then when it does have electricity, then it's going to go and obviously turn those lights on. So we're going to go and find an empty space like inside the funnel here is a perfect space to start putting some logic because it's hidden away. So we'll go up, we're going to go to indicator lights like that, and then we're going to go from here, go up to there, up to there, up to there, and up to there. Okay, and then all of these are going to go down to these batteries. So battery, 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 and the last one is going to get the big battery over there. And then from that big battery, which is our emergency battery, it's then going to go into our actual secondary battery. Actually, we don't need to connect it now because we have that connected over there. So that is something that we need to just keep an eye on. We could put a charger in. I'm just worried about the speed of how things charge using the chargers here in Stormworks. So that is a slight little worry about that, but we'll come to connecting up the emergency battery at a later stage. Okay, so now that we have that all connected, we can now connecting all these different areas. So we said this one is for the lights, so we can literally go and connect that up to all the lights throughout the vessel. So lights there, there, and there. And then we can come down to our engine room, there, and that should be all the lights. Yep, great. Then the next one is the engine rooms. So we're going to connect it up to that one, that, the 2 gearboxes, clutch, not the generator. We're going to connect that one to all the control surfaces for steering. We're going to do the same thing. By the way, if you want to do what I'm doing now, just hold down control and you can obviously do multiple clicks at the same time, just like what I'm doing right here. Just saves you a little bit of time. We're also going to connect the gyro to the electrical room, which is perfect. The next thing is we have bridge. So bridge will be these, what is that? That's a light. Okay, so let me just connect those lights. Bridge will be obviously these two at the moment, just these two things. We will get more things in there like screens and so on and so forth. We could add more of these on. So I could add another 3 here. So one for the cranes, one's for winches, and so on and so forth. As we build on the creation, we'll add more stuff to what we want there. Okay, so we've got that on. That means that everything needs power. We're going to say that lights always has power because they're on sensors. That way we know that the lights are only going to be on if people are ever inside these rooms. So we're going to go and connect that up there. So that's the player sensor. So light. We also need some more player sensors in these rooms. So we're going to go and do that. Hold control to select an object. Going to do one there, and let's go to the other side. We're going to do one over there. I like to use sensors. It just makes it much easier. That way you don't forget to turn the lights on. Obviously there is theoretically no manual way to turn the lights off. But you could in theory always come up to this panel and turn the lights off here if you didn't want those lights on. So that is another way of turning them off if you don't really want them on. But I prefer to have them all on by default. Okay, so those lights are all connected. Those lights are connected. We just need the bridge. So 1, 2, and 3. So that means the lights should turn on automatically. We have about 50,000 still left. Let's spawn this in. Obviously, a lot of that cost is going to be the fuel. So we're down to about 40,000 left. Well, this is quite a lot of money to do the rest of the detailing. Okay, so you can see the lights come on. That's almost perfect. Lights come on inside here, which is great. We can see everything. I might add another light here. The light comes on in here, which is great. Let's go upstairs. Yeah, I'm definitely going to add another light there. We also need to add some lights on the exterior of the boat. Let's go in here. Yep, some nice lighting in there too, so you can actually see what's going on. Okay, so let's go and just add some more lighting in here. So it's going to grab this lights. We're going to go to about here. Yeah, let's do about there. Let's grab that, do that, and do that. Yeah, that should be fine. We could, if we wanted to, if we really wanted to do some really cool detailing, we could bring the light down one and use like pipes along the ceilings just to make it look pretty cool. But once again, I am focused more about money with the survival series than I am with anything else. So I always keep an eye on cash. So things might not look that cool, but they serve a purpose at the end of the day. Okay, so we're going to connect it up to our electricity, and we're going to connect our sensor up to those two lights, which is that one and that one, if I'm correct. Yes, it is. Okay, so we've got all the lights done, which is great. Let's carry on working with our bridge and the systems that are going on in this bridge. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to get some displays. So let's have a look at how much these displays are going to cost us. So I want to do a 5x3 monitor, which is gonna go 5x3. Yeah, let's do a 5x3. So I would like one that would theoretically rotate down. So I'm gonna get rid of this, and I'm gonna get rid of this. We're also gonna get rid of a lot of this stuff here. I'm going to make a rotating console in theory, so it will come down. So you can imagine that it's going to be at kind of like that angle, and it's gonna go down like that. So it's going to have a nice little slope to it. How do you create something like that? Well, there's different ways of doing it. The easiest way is to get a pivot. So I'm actually going to let's get that on there. You pretty much put one over there. I'm going to get symmetry mode on actually. And you just put them over here. So you can hide them wherever you want on the creation. So for example, I'm hiding it over here. We're then going to go and grab just some empty blocks like that. We're going to go and grab a display. So I want one 5x3 monitor, which is going to be going over here. I probably want to just do this so I can put it on. Delete those blocks just now. So I'm going to put one over here. I'm going to go underneath, and I'm just going to delete all these extra blocks I don't need. Okay, so that's going to rotate down. We're also going to get a throttle here, so let's go with a 1x1 screen here. Actually, we can do a key switch, why not? Let's use a key switch over here, and let's go with throttle. And let's put a throttle here. Cool. And then we'll do the other side. I'm not too sure what I'm going to put on this one just yet. Okay, so we've got that. Another thing you can also do if you want extra support is you can go and get these connected. So for example, we can go there, there, and there, and you go and connect them like that. And if you don't want the blocks, you just delete them. But they are now in theory one entity, which means they have a little bit more support on either side of them. We can then go and get a constant number. Constant number, go somewhere inside the creation to hide it. I'm going to hide it over there, and while we're doing that, I'm also just going to fix the painting that I've got here. Green, green, cool. Okay, so constant number, let's go with, let's see what rotation angle we have. So positive is going down, we want to go down, which is great. So we're going to go with, let's say 0.4 to start with, so 0.4. I'm going to take the logic, go over to data, go over to these two pivots, like that and like that. Okay, and we're going to get the connected up some electricity. So there, there, and now this is up to you if you want to go through one of these breakers or if you want it to be constantly accessing power. I'm happy with the constantly accessing power, so I'm going to leave it like that. If we go and spawn this in now, go and jump on the boat. Hopefully you'll see that the displays are rotated up in the bridge. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so you can see we've got this nice look cool rotated display in the front. It kind of almost looks like it's one piece, which is quite nice. We can color this here at the back just to give it a different color scheme. And yeah, that's how that's looking. It's boat rocking quite a bit. I think it's quite a bit of wind today. And we still need to add weight and things. Cool, so I'm going to add some more displays and things on this side. This is going to be an info screen with a little map on it. Cool. So let's go and get some more screens in, and then we can start putting my logic in. So let's go display. We can do a 2x2 screen. Okay, so let's just go and grab this color. We're going to extend this out. We're going to grab the displays now. And this is obviously all subject to change. We might change a few things. Let's go with one there. Let's go with maybe 2 single panels up there. We can get some composite instrument panels. 1, 2, 3 over there for now. We can change that as we actually, let's get a clock. Yeah, this is up to you on what you want to put here in your creations. I like to just fill it out with all kinds of different things. So yeah, I'm not too sure what else I'm going to put on it. For now, let's just put the displays. We'll probably end up changing them, but just put them there for now. Display, 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 and display. Cool. So a whole bunch of displays. What we can do next is we can get that all connected up to the bridge electricity, which is bridge there. So screen, screen, screen. Cool. And just get this all connected. Even though we're probably not going to use all of them, might as well just get everything connected. Okay, the next thing is we need to fix our key switch. So this will be systems. And we're going to kick the throttle. So throttle, perfect, sensitivity, let's stay with about 40%. Key switch for systems. And we just need to make sure that that goes back to what we were doing, which is the gyro, turn those on, and our 2 engine management screens there. And then we have the throttle, which also goes to our engine management, which is set RPS, set RPS, set RPS. Cool. Okay, that is fine. So that is all done. Let's add the screen in here, which is my NJ Marine data screen. You guys have already seen it. If you haven't, just go check out my workshop. It is over there. All we have to do is go into selection grid, go to load content. We are going to go and look for it. So we can go down and try to find it. 2x engine screen data, that's what I want. So literally just take this. This is the whole thing. So we could take everything, but I don't want to. I just want to take the buzzer. So I'm going to grab some buzzers, and I'm going to put some buzzers down here inside the creation somewhere. So maybe there and there. We could actually, for realism, is we could put them up here, and we can make like a little bit of a panel going across, which could look pretty cool. So like a nice panel up there, so that's fine. What else do we need? We need a compass, if I'm correct. Yes, we do. So we're going to put a compass inside the bridge. So let's put one over here, facing forwards, of course. And we also need a GPS block. So we're going to go and put a GPS block, and we'll probably stick that over there. Cool. Don't think we need anything else. No. What was that for? Just double check. Constant on. Okay. Cool. So now we just need the logic block. And once again, go inside one of the funnels. We have the empty space. We might as well use it. And now we're just going to connect all this up. So let's go and spawn that in. Go up to the bridge. Of course, everything is only going to turn on once we get the bridge systems on. Light comes on. There we go. And we have the NJ screen, so you can see where we are. You can see our northeast, great. Alarms are okay. NJ limited. Fuel rate. Battery is 1, so we need to just change that value. Temperature looks good. Fuel is 100%. Nice. We also need to, I think we need to put in the maximum value for the fuel so it can calculate itself, because otherwise it's always at 100%. RPS, cool, so we could turn that on. Did we not connect? We need to get the engine room on. There we go. We also need to configure our throttle. I haven't done that since we deleted it. So we need to just come here and say start value is, let's go with 8. Maximum value is, let's say, 50. Cool. So that means that should work now. Which is great. Let's go and configure the settings here. So if we go down, we have minimum and maximum. So we have the fuel, which is a percentage. So we theoretically should be getting a percentage out. So we might actually work that out using some logic, but we'll do that later on. It's not really big. I guess we could do it now. So instead of using that add block that we used earlier on, we're going to delete it. And we're going to create a new little controller for ourselves. So this is going to be 2 fuel tanks to percentage, for example. Okay, copy that. We're going to get number in, number in, number in, number in. Okay, so this is going to be fuel left liters, fuel left capacity. And then we're going to do the same thing for the outbound fuel right liters, and then fuel right capacity. And then we'll just do a simple equation to obviously work that out. We'll need one output, so that's going to give us the percentage out. Perfect. And we're just going to change the size. I'm going to increase it by 1. Let's just move this all around here. Fine, so fuel left capacity, fuel right capacity. Perfect. Let's go into the logic and let's go and take all this away. Great. Okay, so we are going to get some function blocks. So let's grab that one there. Done and done. And we're going to get one more of those. Actually, I guess we could just do an... We could just do an add... Yeah, I guess we could get one more function block. So there we go. Okay, so a bunch of function blocks here, and what we are going to be doing is we're going to be taking the liters left and the capacity left and the liters right and capacity right. Cool. Okay, so we're going to take this, we're going to take that in. Okay, so the equation that we can do here is we're going to take the liters, which is X. We're then going to go and divide that by, we're going to take X, which is the liters, divide that by the capacity, which is Y. I'm going to put that in some brackets. That equation is going to be worked out first. And we're then going to go and times it by 100, which will give us the percentage. We can take the same equation for the second one. Okay, so that's going to give us like 100% and 100%. And then what we can do there is we can then once again go into the next one, take X and we can go and plus Y. Okay, so it's like, imagine 100% plus 100, and we're literally just going to go and divide that by 2. Okay, so we're going to go and add that together and then put that over there. So we're getting a percentage out. We're then going to go and add the 2 percentages together and then divide it by 2, and then that's going to give us our total percentage. We can then go and save that. So we're going to save this as 2 fuel tanks 2%. And we can save that, close that out, jump back into our logic here, try and find this microcontroller. There we go, 2 fuel tank 2%, place it over there, and now we can get everything connected. So we're going to go liters left, capacity left, and liters right, and capacity right. And we're then going to go with that, which is our percentage, and that's going to go into value number 3 on our screen here. Go and check this, make sure the settings are 100% for value 3, maximum is 100, great. Take it, spawn it in, jump back into the bridge, throw some electricity on. Let's see how's the bridge systems, engine room systems. Cool, fuel is 100%. Get everything on here, let's get this up. Cool, you can see the flow rates, we can see our battery, we can change that to percentage if we want to. Temperatures of the engines, RPS, trims, we can move forwards a bit. Cool, we can head off. In theory, you can see our map is changing as we move, which is perfect. Fuel is going down, we can increase our RPS. Nice. Now we'll add some more things across here, maybe some radios and things would be pretty cool. Make a turn left. Still need to work out the balancing with the weight and stuff, but not too bad so far. I like these little engine screens. You can obviously see the rudder, you can see the trim, what's happening with the trim there, and how it's trying to adjust everything. Cool, and we can just head left here and come back into our dock area. Perfect. Okay, so now that we've got that done, we can obviously just stop our throttle, bring us back into the workbench. Okay, so we've got the lights on the inside, we've got our bridge, we're still going to add some more things here for like our speed and all kind of, when you're going to need some radios and things like that. We can get back to that later on. We're also going to get these dials and things set up once again, get that done. So I'm just going to do this, I'm going to do main battery. 0 to 1, and let's do aux battery, and it's going to be 0 to 1, and we're going to get those connected up now. So that's our main battery over there, and this is our auxiliary battery over there. Cool. Okay, so that's done there. We have lights on the interior, so I'm happy with that. We need some lights on the outside of the boat still, so I might add those now. So let's do lights. Also have a nice little control panel, microcontroller we can use for navigation lights later on. But let's just carry on by adding all the lights on the deck here. I'm going to get symmetry mode on. We're going to go, let's do a light there. Let's maybe do another one there. So there, and maybe over there. And maybe another one over there. And maybe some at the front here. So I'd find a nice space to put it. Maybe over there. Yeah, that should be fine. A little bit of a gap here where we don't really have any lights, but I think it'll be alright. And then we got some lights here at the back too, which is perfect. Yeah, I think that'll be cool. We could also add some other lights here. So if we were to, we could add them in basically inside like that. That could work. So just go in there and just add them. Yeah, that'll be fine. That will then obviously shine light down. If we want some lighting around here, we could, I guess we could add some lighting over here, just above the door. I think it will probably look a little better for what I want. We can do the same thing over there. So just a light on the side, another light on the side. and that will just shine some extra lights. If we want, we could add some more over here, but I think that will be fine for now. Cool. Now in terms of getting the lights on the outside, this is, once again, you can connect it up to some light switches. We could do player sensors. The only obviously the issue is if you're doing player sensors, this is quite a big area for you to be thinking about a player sensor. So that is one thing you just need to obviously take into account. Personally, I would probably get it on a flip switch, to have a flip switch somewhere so you can just come in, you can turn the flip switch and it just turns the lights on. So I'd probably do some toggle buttons over here or some composite panels or something, turn all those lights on. So we are going to grab some composite panels right here, and we are going to put them just over here. Just rotate, 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 and we're going to come onto them, and as we find things throughout the creation to add on, we're just going to go and add different things, but I'm going to make sure I have enough to start with, and we can fill it out as we start filling them out on the series. There's probably different things we'll probably be adding, like navigation lights, deck lights, probably crane lights, pretty much all the different types of lights throughout the vessel we can use this panel for, in theory. But for now, we'll just start off by using a very basic one. So we'll come to the top left and we'll just use deck lights. Okay, we're going to call this, let's do channel number 2. Once again, into the microprocessor or my controller, I'm going to create a new one. We'll call this, let's use comp panel switches. Cool. Logic, we can then go and create a whole bunch of logic on here. At the moment, let's start with a few. We don't need all of them right now, but we can always expand on this later on. Composite input, and then the rest of these are going to outputs, and we, as I said, as we use them, we'll expand on them. So we're just going to put all of them as outputs. We'll come into here, this will be from panel, and we're going to come to one of them, we'll do deck lights. Cool. Go into this, we're going to take this, take all these other ones and just expand them out like so. We're going to go and grab our composite read, and we're going to do read on off, and we're going to get one, and we're going to select it, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, and copy paste. Then we're just going to go from our panel like so, and we're going to connect everything up. So connect it up there like so, and we're going to go and find our deck lights, which is this one, and we said it was channel number 2. So there we go. Done. We can go and save that. So let's go and save that. Comp panel switches. Go and put it in the creation somewhere. Once again, go and hide it somewhere where you want to. I'm going to hide it where I have plenty of room for expansion, which will be here. We can go to it, find the deck lights. There we go. And we can now go and get that connected. So one, cool. We're going to go to composite. We're going to go over to our panel here. We can create this in parallel like so. So it's going from there to there to there, and then down there. And lastly, we just need some electricity. So this we could go to the lights theoretically, because that is the lights one. So we're going to keep that all in the lights panel. We're going to make sure that we connect all the electricity to all of our lights along the deck here. So 1, 2, 3, cool. So we can go and spawn that in now. And theoretically, we should be able to jump into the bridge and turn on those deck lights. So deck lights, there we go. Hey, and now we have deck lights around the creation. Nice. We can go to photo mode if we want to also. And you can see the deck lights around the creation. So yeah, I think that's fine. Obviously, just for like ambient lighting, that's perfectly fine for walking around the creation. Of course, we will, as I said earlier, we're going to get some spotlights. I was thinking of probably putting some spotlights over here facing down, but I'm not 100% too sure just yet how I'm going to do the spotlights. But definitely something angled facing down. We're also going to get some spotlights at the front of the vessel, probably over there. So let's see. So let's grab some spotlights now. We can do some. We could do white. We're probably going to get some spotlights over there. We could even get some in the center, like so. We could get some on the mast. We could get some really big spotlights too. It's up to us to what we want on this creation. So we're gonna get some there. We could even put some over here along the side. We can do some facing out. As I said, we're probably gonna get some here at the back, so I'm probably gonna get some like that facing down. I think that would look pretty cool. Just having a few like that facing onto the deck. We might rotate those actually, and the easiest way to rotate them would be to hide a pivot somewhere inside here to get them to rotate. So we've got some spotlights here at the front of the creation. I just deleted something. There we go. And delete that. Okay, so now that we got the spotlights in, we can always angle them later. Let's go and get those connected up to some electricity. So those there, 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 and there. And we're going to go back onto our panel, and we can go and choose something else now. So we can say this is going to be front spotlights and do channel 3, and then let's go rear deck spotlights, and let's do channel 4. Okay, so now that we have that done, we can go over to our composite panel that we have, and that's the beautiful thing about doing all this, is now we've already built this. We can just go in and say, okay, well, this is let's go through here. Let's do front spotlights, and let's take another one, do rear deck spotlights. Perfect. So we've already gone and labeled those, and go in, find them. So let's see where they are. So rear deck was channel 4, and front deck was channel 3. Cool. So that's done. We can update it. That's all connected. That's all done. We can then go and just take the on-off switches. So let's find them. So they go rear deck spotlights, which are these ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can go find the front ones. There we go, front spotlights, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We could even make those rotating spotlights if we wanted to. So those, we could rotate those around. But now let's just test them, see if they work. So it is starting to get dark here. We just need to keep that in mind. Let's go and open that up, grab here. Let's go and get our deck lights on. So I just want to have another look at that. And let's get our spotlights on. So jump to photo mode again. You can see the front spotlights are working, so it illuminates the area in front of us, which is perfect. And also the deck spotlights at the back are working, and they're nice and bright too. We might change the brightness because they are very bright for the rear work area. And you can see now why I said I wanted to rotate them down, is having them rotated down would mean that you could obviously see right underneath here and towards the deck, because we don't really need to illuminate this wall area at the back. We want to illuminate the deck. So we might change those spotlights around. I also forgot that I didn't connect these little lights for the deck lights, so we are going to change that and just fix it. Okay, so that is all the lights taken care of. I'm pretty happy with how we've got that done so far. I'm just going to go and change the color of the backlights, and we can simply just go into painting, go into additive, and choose like a really dark black. So like 10 by 10. This is probably even too bright, but 10 by 10 should be fine for those back spotlights. Cool, let's start adding some equipment. So firefighting equipment would be quite useful to have around the vessel in random locations, just in case of course, emergencies. So we will probably just come and put a few of these around the creation, just dotted around really, next to doors and things, just in case. So one there will be fine. We could add some towards the rear of the boat, maybe one over there, just leaving 2 blocks from the ground. We could go, let's get symmetry mode on. So get one over there, symmetry mode on, go there, and symmetry mode over there. That means we have a few, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Possibly one, the door opens like that, so we could get another one over there, but I don't think we need it right now. We could even get some here at the back just in case of emergencies. So we could do, I think, of a nice way to make it look pretty cool. I was thinking possibly there, and now we can just go and grab some black pipes and just give it some detailing. So something like that. Come over here, there. Okay, so just a little bit of detailing to get those in. I think it just makes it look a little bit cooler to have that in. If we really wanted to, we could add some glass in the front of them. Once again, you don't have to, but you would kind of, I'll show you what it looks like. So if you get a 3x1 window, I think it's called a 1x3 window. Let's just find it. Oh no, it's called narrow window, sorry. Narrow window. We can then go and take like a silver color, and you can put that in front. I might go like that. So you could put that little glass piece in front there. You can actually still access the firefighting extinguisher. It just gives it just a different look to it, really. It doesn't stop you from using it. It's once again just a detailing tip. Expert tip there for detailing. You just need to delete those blocks off. And there's some more up here, so theoretically you need to do that, but you can't even use the windows. You have to do that, then grab the window and then put them down. Cool. And delete the extra pieces. And as you'll see, if I show you now, if we spawn this in, let's get the spotlight on, you can still access the firefighting extinguisher just by pressing E on it. Of course, there is a piece of glass in front of it, but you can still access it. Don't worry that you're not going to be able to access the firefighting extinguisher just because you put a little piece of glass in front of it. You can still get it. We really might want to do some glass at the back for those ones. But yeah, starting to come together. Really quite nice. Let's go inside here. See how it's starting to come together. Still a lot of work that we need to do. Batteries, you can see how tons of power with that battery. Check the rear deck spotlights quickly. Oh, that's much better. Much less stronger. We still need to angle them down. So I want to angle those down eventually. Cool. So I think that is probably going to be a great place to end this episode off with. A lot of building, a lot of me talking behind my theory and behind why I do everything. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Obviously we haven't really done any missions in this episode, but I think in the next couple of episodes we are going to focus on mainly building, adding more features onto this boat because we have the money now to do it. So I want to get this boat up and running so we can actually start using it to actually go and do some missions here in Stormworks with this big vessel. So it should be quite a lot of fun, and hopefully you can get some more missions. We might need to start a new save, but we'll talk about that when we get there to get some of the new missions in the game. But yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed this. As always, let me know your comments in the video description below. What do you think I should change in the future? What do you want me to see added on? And what do you want me to see focused on within the next episode? And as always, I hope you have enjoyed it and found it entertaining and informative as always. And we'll see you in the next one.